Welcome to Education Plus Growth. Today we are going to learn about Neolithic period. Now, what actually was the Neolithic period? The Neolithic period is the final stage of the Stone Age. After the Paleolithic and Mesolithic, it is distinguished by several novel cultural features, such as the new technology to create stone tools, new means of subsistence, new patterns of housing, etc. The, the Neolithic period was characterized by a cultural revolution. Man progressed from being a seeker of the natural world to its master. Tools from this period required more time to complete and were more durable. In addition to stone tools, the people bought ceramics, which served variety of functions. Although they continued to use earlier tools, prehistoric people used pecking, grinding, and polishing to fashion tools from various types of igneous rocks during this period in order to adapt to their environment. Now let's talk about the Neolithic Revolution. Technological advancement. The Neolithic period is associated with the advancement in the stone tool technology, particularly the making of ground pecked and polished stone tools, and the advent of food production. Started sedentary living. The emergence of small and relatively self sufficient village communities resulted in sedentary life for the first time in human history. Food production by artificial means. In the Neolithic age, humans started using artificial means to produce food for the first time. Agriculture and the domestication of animals were the two novel practices that developed at this time. Some wild animal species like goats, sheep, cattle were domesticated and were being used for transportation and agriculture. Poetry. Neolithic poetry was pioneering and made by hand at first, then using wheels. Weaving and spinning were also invented in this age. Now that we know about the Neolithic period, now let's talk about Neolithic India. Tools in Neolithic India. All Indian sites processed polished or ground stone axes. They also included earlier tools such as microliths and blades. Poetry. The early Neolithic culture of a few sites, such as in Kashmir and in South India, was without any poetry. Later, earthen ponds were distinctive features. House. In the form of simple huts across India and pit dwellings in Kashmir and Deccan, the huts were of various shapes circular, rectangular, etc. Arts and crafts. Beads made of semi precious stones and clay figures of animals and Mother Goddess are notable items. Social organization and belief systems. People started to live in sedentary and semi sedentary settlements. They probably had tribal level of social organization. As they domesticated plants and animals, the concepts of land and plant ownership developed. The presence of smaller houses, many suggest the presence of nuclear families. The ceramics and beads suggest an improvement in material culture production. The dead were buried within the houses, and animals' burials are sometimes found. It suggests that the adaptation of specific rituals and the worship of the dead. They may have worshipped the natural forces. The pieces of evidence of art objects are very few, but the terracotta image of cattle suggests some kind of fertility cult. Thank you for watching this video. Please do subscribe, like, share, and comment.